Alright, this is the final piece. Now, I started with a drawing already. It's basically just a grid work. And the grid work is where the bricks are, okay? So, one set of lines are perfectly straight, but then the other ones are staggered from that, just like a brick, okay? This isn't a brick, they're like patio, okay? So I'm gonna draw all this in with pen. It's about a medium-sized pen, and you don't want it to be one solid line. What you're doing is like the part in between tiles, okay? So let's jump to the end here, save time. Alright, see how I've already got the pen outline, and I have the lines continue into where the puddle is, but I'm gonna draw that with a lighter pen after I draw in the puddle outline. To draw the puddle outline, it's really a bunch of slight curves. Puddles aren't sharp, they're very mellow, like, you know how water just flows, okay? But water also wants to go to the lowest point possible. That's why in that I kind of followed the line of the tile. That will make it look like it's on the tile and not just floating off into space somewhere. Okay? So I used ruler for the tiles. That'd probably be a good idea. And then remember to leave spaces, a little bit of space in between the lines of the tile pieces. Yeah, this puddle isn't just a puddle, it's kind of a magical, mythical creature that can turn into a puddle. So I have eyes and hair and stuff that we'll draw on later. This is the eyes. It's basically slight curve inch lines that don't touch, and then two curved lines facing each other to make up the iris. Now in these ones I don't draw in the pupil, I draw in just the color of the eye later on. But once again, straight lines that are curving towards each other. For the nose, I'm gonna draw just a straight line down and that hooks back on itself. Not very sharply, but a slight hook back. For the mouth, I tried hard to get it look like a happy mouth. So I have it conforming to the grid work of the tiles, so that's why it's hooked down like that. As you can see, I'm drawing in the tile piece now, and it conforms to it, so it looks like there's a ripple in the water that's causing the mouth to look disjointed and crooked. Now I'm drawing in the tile pieces inside the puddle now. Sorry, it's a bit wobbly. But thing to remember is that you want there to be a distinction between the water and the ground outside. So I would either make it darker or lighter. I chose to make it lighter, so I got a lighter pen here. It's kind of I think it's a 2, and I think I used a 5 on the outside, but I'm not sure about that.
It's 5 o'clock.
So here's the puddle pieces. I added in that B in the middle when it connects to make it look more old and cracked surface. Later on, we're gonna add in a bunch of cracks, and I'll show you how to do that. So I just fast forwarded to the end of drawing the inside of the puddles. I didn't finish drawing the lines sometimes to make it more watery and less able to see through. This is the hair of our water creature. I made it conform to the same surface, so everything's still flat on this, but there's substance in the water. That's what I wanted it to look like. I was thinking of drawing like a hand coming out of the water, but that's really difficult, so I didn't. Maybe someday. Yeah, these hairs are really just curved surfaces that curve back and forth on themselves. I added in a small hook there to make it look like more strands, you know, because hair is very seldom a lock. There's usually parts breaking off of it. So, as you can see, just a bunch of hair. And now for hooked surfaces, I'd really stay away from the place around the mouth and eyes. I kind of did too much there. But you basically just want loose, curving things that come out of the brickwork. So fatter where the lines are, and then getting thinner and breaking off more. As you can see, they're kind of like branches, sort of, getting thinner as they go out. You don't have, I mean, it's your choice how many you put in there, but you want sort of an even amount throughout the entire surface. You wouldn't want just all the cracks in a corner and then the rest of the tile's fine. It looks unnatural that way. I did it with thicker pen, and now I'm coming in with a thinner pen and making them even more cracked up. Cracked up. Anyway. What I'm drawing now is a piece of grass that comes out above the tile and even above the water line, and that causes the water to have a bunch of ripples. To draw them, just draw a bunch of incompleted ovals, getting bigger as they go out. To do other ripples, like the ones conforming to the rest of the surface, it's basically just the same, but do it with it instead of an oval. For the iris, I did a little, just barely touching it with the lightest pencil, a 50, minus, I don't know, the smallest one. For the outside, it's just a bunch of pock marks, and that creates a weathered surface. You don't want the marks to all be the same size. You want to vary them a bit. And then you take a bigger pen and do the same thing, but less of it, and that will create different sizes of park marks, which makes it look real. If it was all just one size, it wouldn't look quite right. So to do it on the inside, do the same thing, except forgetting the first step and using a small pen when you use the big pen on the outside. So it's just that little bit you did with the larger pen, you do on the inside with a small pen. And that will give you the effect of making the water look like you can't really see the whole thing. So it's lighter, and you know. I left a small section that was totally clear around the eyes for effect, and I think it worked out pretty well. Something I forgot to mention earlier, that the tiles on their lines get bigger farther apart as they come towards you, which gives the effect of it being a pretty big surface and going back a ways. And also, the lines all in a space way far away connect on the right. So they're getting larger as they come towards you, and also curving from right to left. Now I'm shading in the tiles to make the distinction more plain between the puddle and the tiles surrounding it. I'm using a 1 size pen. If you're doing all this by pencil, it's basically the same, just, you know, don't smudge things. And I learned that to keep from smudging things, it's nice to put a piece of paper under your hand. Alright, we've come to the end of the video, and I'll put the pen down and hope to see you again on another Artimania. Thanks for watching.